Hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the show. Today, I'm going to be reviewing this little short film for the Hollyshorts Film Festival. That movie is called Playdate. Playdate is an attempt to comprehend not only the depth of loss incurred by the parents of school shooting victims, but also the mental contortions from the rest of us having to perform in order to keep living in a world where a day at school or a night at the movies can mean the end of the world as we know it. And what I like about this is, okay, so we don't know what these characters are. We don't know what's going on. All we know is that there's a party for someone's looks like someone's daughter, and it's a little small child. And I like how it goes into this whole entire thing of the doorbell ringing and her friend comes over and they talk about how excited they were at the time when they both had daughters because they didn't have to play video games and have to monitor that or anything like that because I think that video games were too violent. So therefore, having daughters was a safer option versus having boys because of the fact that boys are more into video games and stuff like that. And this is actually how mothers actually think and things like that, and trying to protect their kids from having being able to play violent video games. But the other mother talks about the psychology of playing Tetris to help with the PTSD and how it can help with coping with trauma, and how she thinks that they should have Game Boys for first responders. And I like the whole entire thing of having a mother that was actually pro against video games, and then something winds up happening to where she plays the game Tetris, and it takes her out of what's going around her to actually focus in on a game and just taking her out of that moment of having PTSD and having it as a coping mechanism. I definitely like that. And even mentioning like first responders, maybe this could actually be more beneficial for first responders to be able to get out of the mindset of what just happened and what they witnessed as they're cleaning up this whole entire deal at the school and seeing and witnessing these poor children being murdered and stuff. So I think that was actually a pretty neat way of actually having the psychology behind it. But then you wind up finding out that there's actually a daughter named Jenny, and she didn't want to go to school. She was really quiet that day, and that's actually Jenny's mom that said that. And then you have Beth's mom, who let her stay the night at Jenny's, she's wondering what they did. They ended up watching Moana for the 400th time. Beth's mom lays on the floor where her daughter sat. And what I'm thinking is this, okay? She just wants to be close to her daughter. She wants to be close to where she last saw her daughter alive and have that memory of her daughter watching Moana for the 400th time with her friend Jenny. And I think that was actually a pretty neat way of actually trying to help the mother cope with what she's missing in her life, which is her daughter, while also uh, Jenny's mom is also missing her daughter as well. And she's just having her birthday. So they're both dealing with this in their own way. I think that was an interesting thing on how they did that. And also too, she just wants to have that closeness with her daughter, like I said, Beth's mom does. And then you actually have Jenny's mom who makes a grilled cheese sandwich for Beth's mom and pictures her daughter sitting across from her eating their grilled cheese sandwiches together and just laughing and giggling and stuff like that. Like I said, it's all about the fact that these women want to feel some type of closeness to their daughters. One is just trying to throw a birthday party for her daughter and try to have a happy memory, even though her daughter's not there or anything. She just wants to be able to capture a memory of her daughter just smiling and just being happy, while Beth's mom is just picturing her daughter neck is sitting across from her having a grilled cheese sandwich and just laughing and stuff like that. I thought that was just a beautiful moment in the movie itself. And then there's some other stuff that winds up happening in the movie that I'm not going to mention because I don't want to get into spoilers. But all I'm going to say is this: this film is a heavy film with a lot of heart. You can feel the pain and the hurt that they have for each other after losing their daughters, and how they have to now cope with not having their daughters around anymore after the shooting at their daughter's school. The movie captures the aftermath of what it's like to not have someone close to you, have their daughters close to them, and after a school shooting or something tragic that happens in someone's life. And I feel like this is a movie that needs to be heard. I think this movie speaks volumes. I think that this movie has a lot of heart to it. I think that this is just one of those movies that will just pull you in right off the bat. And it's a tearjerker. It'll make you cry. It'll pull on your heartstrings. But this movie is fantastic. I definitely like the angles in this and the subtleness of this. Nothing feels forced. The dialogue feels very real. You can actually relate to these characters and the loss that they feel. Fantastic job to the cast and crew with this, as well as the director, the producers, and everyone else involved in this film. So if you're in the Holly Shorts film circuit and stuff like that, I definitely recommend that you guys check it out. If you're not, and you're just into if you're into other film festivals and stuff like that, and this one happens to catch on your radar, I definitely would recommend that you guys check this out. I don't know if this is going to be released to the public yet or anything like that, but I will put in the comment section of where you guys can find it later on. I usually do that once I find out if there's a release and when it's going to be released to the public. But yeah, that's going to be it as far as this review goes. I hope that everybody enjoyed this review. Thank you guys so much for sending this in. I do appreciate it so much. And always until next time, guys, have a great and safe night. And also, too, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe button, and check out more stuff here at Movie Lovers Unite. And we'll catch you guys on